Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how I got this look right here, and I want to call it maybe like a fall, kind of glam, kind of Thanksgiving holiday, I don't know, kind of look, but I used the Juvia's Place palettes to get this look right here, so if you are interested in how I got it, then please keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some concealer to go ahead and prime my eye for the eyeshadows. I did not set it though, but you can if you want. I'm going to go in with the Nubian palette, and I'm going in with this light orange shade that's in there. Now I am going to be using a blending brush, a nice fluffy one, to get the effect I want because I want it nice and smoked out. So I'm focusing the shadow on the outer portion of my lid and blending it into the crease because this will be our transition shade. So really blow it out and really just kind of build it up to your liking. Now going in with the Nubian II palette, I'm going to use the shade Morocco, which is a deeper orange, absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to put this also in the crease, so obviously in the same places like where I had put the first shade in, but I'm not going to take it up as high, but basically just pack it up, start it out on the outside, then bring it into the crease, and just keep on doing that until you get it to the depth you like. Now after all that, I am going to go in with the shade Madagascar, which is kind of like a greeny brown. It's really cool. I'm using a smaller blending brush for this because the bigger brush is going to be way too big and blow this out too much. So using this, I'm patting it on the outer portion of my lid, slowly blending it, blending in whatever's left on the brush into my crease. But now I'm going to start building up the actual crease. I basically focus on the outer portion of the eye and then work the crease, if that makes sense. But basically going in with Madagascar, I'm going to just bring it in, deepen it up, and I'm not going to go too heavy with this color because it's kind of more of a transition from the orange to the brown. Now going on with Kenya, which is a really nice dark warm brown, I'm patting this on the outer portion of my lid because I really don't want this to go too far. I don't want it to make everything look muddy by blending out too much. So using really small circular motions, I'm blending it outward to the eye because it's going to help keep that smoky effect going. And then whatever is left on the brush, I kind of start to bring it into the crease so we have a slow fade into it. You know what I mean? Maybe not. I don't know. And I hope this is actually kind of helping, but like I'm trying to slow it down to show you in real time and then speeding it up. So I know things look a little choppy, but like I'm just trying to like show you, you know, how everything is kind of going, like how it should look. So right here I'm actually adding the actual shade Kenya into the crease to help darken it up. So instead of just taking what was left on my brush and putting it in the crease, I'm actually going to start applying the shadow in my crease. And then after that, we're going to go in with Morocco because, I don't know, I felt like it looked a little too brown for what I was wanting to go for. So that is why I took a blending brush. This is a Wet n Wild one, by the way. And I started kind of softening the part where the brown and the orange meet, just so it can look a little more softer and more vibrant of an orange. And now I'm going to go in with the shade Ya, which is a really pretty coppery orange shade. I mean, it basically is the transition colors if they were a shimmer, and it's so pretty. So I'm just going to use my finger to apply this because I feel like that's just the best payoff you can get. And then taking a synthetic flat brush, I'm going to fill in the parts that are closer to my actual crease and using it to feather out that shade into the outer portion of my eyelid. And then after that, I'm going to go in with Morocco because since I thought Morocco was basically the matte version of that shade, I'm going back in the crease with it because it's going to help, like, I don't know, bridge the shimmer to the matte. Does that even make sense? I'm trying to make sense here. But just do that if you feel you want it to look a little more softer and blown out. That's kind of the reason why I did it, but you don't have to. Now going in with this shimmery matte shade, this is also kind of optional, although I'm just really extra and I do this. I'm packing this on the outer portion of my lid, kind of where we put that Kenya shade before, because I want there to be a transition from the orange to the matte brown. So what better than a matte or a shimmery brown, you know? So now going in with Kenya, I'm going in with the same brush and I'm just deepening and darkening up that outer portion, since we kind of lost it when we were putting the orange back in. And then I'm going to go in with that light orange transition shade, the first shade we used, and I'm using this to basically soften out the edges, especially like on the outer portion of my eye where all the browns are, so it doesn't look kind of like half blended, if that makes sense. Now I'm just going to put some concealer under my eye so we can start working on the lower lash line. Another thing is, make sure when you're like putting your concealer on, if you're doing your eyes first, like don't get the concealer into the shadow too much where you mess up your own smoky blend you've been working on, because that sucks. And then I'm taking the orange shade on this little angled fluffy brush I got with my BoxyCharm this month, and I'm going to obviously work from the outside in, so smoking the whole orange underneath. Then I'm going to use this pencil dome-ish, really tiny little brush, and I'm going to use Morocco, and I'm going to start on the outer portion of my lash, and then, you know, bring it in slowly, kind of like whatever's left, just kind of smudging it, you know what I mean? Kind of. And then I'm going in with Kenya, and I'm going to really focus this just on the outer portion of my lower lash line, and then I'm kind of blending it into the top part so everything looks kind of smoky and cohesive. And then I'm using that really pretty shimmery shade, that light shimmery shade in the palette, to highlight my inner corner and my brows. So I actually did do my brows off camera, so there's not really a method to it, but then I'm just going to put some foundation on, and then we're going to set it. And I'm just going to use my Maybelline Fit Me powder, because I think it actually makes my skin look really like blurred, you know, so I kind of like using it a lot. Now, if you have very fair skin, please try this LA Contour contour shade. It's only $1. It's the shade Tan. I'm very fair, and I really like this on me. Like, it's not too gray and it's not too orange. So, I mean, just try it out. It's only $1, but like, it's really, really nice. And I actually have the big old palette version of it, so I'm going to go in with one of these brown shades down here as my bronzer, because those are a little bit more orangey. But I really like to use these as my contour and bronzing shades. Now going in with a little bit of an orange blush, I'm just going to start giving my cheeks a little bit of some warmth and flush to them. And then I'm going in with this Cover FX dropper. They're glitter droppers essentially, because this is literally glitter on your face. So if you don't like a glittery highlighter, like a liquid one, you're not going to like this one. I never really have played with highlighters like this before, so that was the first time I actually tried it. So I think I have a lot to learn when it comes to these liquid highlighters. But I will say it did cast a really pretty glow. Now I'm just going to put some mascara on, and then we're going to put some lipstick. So I'm using the Ofra Cosmetics Liquid Lipstick in Americano. And then I'm going to use a brown lip gloss from Family Dollar. I think it's called Dollhouse. It's like LA Shine or something. And I'm just putting that over it so my lips look a little juicy and hydrated. And then I'm just going to set my face with some primer water. And that is basically it. Oh, well, doing the clear mascara on my brows too. You could do that if you want. But that's basically the whole look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.